Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to a little Cheat Landers. We're continuing the build and play series, and since one of my shotguns came back, we're gonna go ahead and do the shotgun and also the pole probably at the same time. So let me dump. Oh, let me find one of my pole builds, and I'll show you what you need. There's a couple different ways you can build a pole. This is my favorite way because it's the cheapest. Um, So with the pole is a great gun. It will one tap heads pretty much regardless, um, unless they're in heavy and have rare and mount on their helmet. But you're only going to see that in like arena. So this thing, you don't need to add any head damage to it. It already just like blasts heads. It does 2.5 times head damage. The damage is already 80. You're dead if it hits you in the head. What you want it to do is you want it to kill in the chest and the arms at the very least. So to do that, you're going to need sniper, you're going to need torso damage, and you're going to need arm damage on the scope. The amount of torso damage you need is at least 13%. Anything less than 13% is not going to give you that one tap in the chest. Now you can build, like these scopes are expensive. It's the most expensive part of the build. Um, and if you want to go cheap, you can do either or. You could try to do torsos, just sniper torso, and nix the arm. It'll probably be cheaper, and you can get a higher magnification. So if you do like this, like you can put like a 40K scope on it. If you hit them in the chest, it will tap them, but there's a good chance it's going to hit them in the arms. So like I'd say half of my shots hit either or. So it's better to build for both. And the odds of you losing this are like slim to none. You just whip it out, or you're safe. Whenever you need it, you tap and then you put it away. So I like to use the times twos because the times two scopes were like less than 50K. A lot of the times I could pick them up for like 25 or 30K, and that's a great deal. The one tap T4s. You do have to use gold ammo, and the gold ammo is expensive. Um, Look at like 3 to 3.5K a shot usually if you can find it on the auction house. So but to one tap somebody, you're probably going to make more than that back. The way you can mitigate that is by using bullet recycle. And if you have a good scope on your gun, like you can just run bullet recycle and it will tap T4s. T5s is a whole different animal. But we're talking about budget builds. So for budget, if you can tap T4s, that's pretty good. So either do, I mean, if you want, you can do sniper and torso or sniper and arm, whichever's cheaper for you. If you can find a scope like this for cheap, which is probably going to be a times two. For mobile players, this is going to be hard to use. You're going to want something that's times four or better, and if you're looking at that, it's going to be expensive. Because times fours, I think, are going 130K at the cheapest. Times eights, probably closer to 3 on average. If you can find it under that, 250. Yeah, there's one for 250 up, which is tempting. Otherwise, you're looking close to a mil. So uh, that's basically what you're looking for. You can do like sniper torso or sniper arm, maybe thermal if you want to throw that on there, if you can find it for a good price. Uh, that'll be a decent budget build. I'm going to run this because I picked this up for like 25K, this scope. And then all you need on a pole to one tap T4s is you need some more armor pen, so either AP or rifling. I just throw AP on there or rifling on there because it's cheaper. I add an extra mod. I just like silence so that it's harder for them to tell where it's coming from. Um, the longer magazine allows you to hold more rounds in your mag, so it's better for runs where if you are a terrible shot, but you could really just slap uh, a quick mag on this guy and you would be fine. Oh, I forgot to take my allergy pill last night, and then Finney just got me this morning as soon as I got up, and now my eyes water and everything. He's got my nose running, my eyes watering. Dirty cat. He's the only one I have like an allergic reaction to. But anyways, yeah, bullet recycle is the only mod you need here. Rifling's the only mod you need there. Just you could slap these other ones on here, whatever you prefer. You don't need vibration dampening. I've tested this thing out to really far ranges, and it doesn't seem to drop off damage wise. So the vibration dampening does nothing. Don't bother with it. Otherwise, if you want to, you can use one of these two. You don't need headshot damage. You don't need extra damage unless you're going for the T5 build. But you're probably not on a budget build. So silence is a good secondary, and or deep. So these are the two I would recommend for your budget build, silent or deep. But if you're going to one tap T4s, you probably don't need deep, which is why I go silence. This is only if like you encounter a T5 guy and you hit him in the chest or something, he doesn't die, but he's gonna have a hard time healing up before you get that other shot on him. So that way you don't have to hit him 2 more times. So, I probably wouldn't go deep though. I would just go silence. Silence is the only other mod that really made sense to me. You're not going to fire faster with these. It doesn't have any dispersion or any recoil, so you don't need floating barrel. You don't need headshot damage. You don't need any extra damage. Um, so kind of pointless. Mag wise, you could use a quick mag. You only need bursting or bullet recycle. Um, you don't need weakening because if you hit them in the head, they're dead. Um, you don't need narcotic because you're going for a one tap. The only thing that makes sense is longer mag or lightweight. Either one of these is going to allow you to carry an extra round in your gun. And if you're using a quick mag, the extra round is kind of nice because if you do miss a couple times, um, you'll still have another round. The rest of these don't really make sense. Marker, I guess, if you're playing with teams or if you use your mini map. Um, Ammo belts, doesn't make any sense. Kind of useless. And you don't need the higher damage mods or anything either. The warhead is going to cost you way too much, and you don't really need it. So the whole point of bullet recycle is to kill them with that one shot, so you get it back, so you don't spend your 3.5K on that round. So, and then you could throw on like a stable pallet. This is probably the best mod um, to put on here because the rate of fire of this gun strictly depends on the bolt speed of the gun, because it's a bolt action weapon. So the faster he bolts it, the faster you can fire again. And this is the best mod for that. And it is about 10K. It's not the cheapest thing. You could throw on the other one if you wanted, but like if you want it to be halfway decently fast at your follow-up shot, then this is what you need. So here's the whole build. That's your budget pulse sniper. That's one of the builds, but this is my favorite one. It is the cheapest build, which is why I'm showing it in this video. I'll go over other builds for the poles well, I do in other videos. If you want to go back through my videos, I've built poles for a long, long time. And I've tested out all the variations. But prices have changed on some of the attachments. So those other videos, as far as like the expense of the attachments for the build, may have changed, but the builds themselves are still good. So that's our pole. Shotgun wise, for a budget shotgun, like I'm using an S damage one because I have a bunch of these like laying around. I gotta get rid of them. But you don't need one. I don't even know if it makes a difference because with purple ammo, if you have at least rifling in a choke on here and you have either torso or arm damage, it doesn't really matter which. I usually run arm. You could run them both, and this is like a 5K optic, which is not bad. But if you just run like arm, which is like 1800, it seems to do the trick. You will still two tap like T3, or you'll two tap T4s, but T5s I think take 3 shots. Unless you get a really good spread or you hit them in the head, then they're dead. But for shotguns, this is all you need, and it's a great weapon for solos. Uh, so we're kind of going to knock out two builds at once, since one is a sniper and one is our primary. I would not primary a pole, so unfortunately, we're not going to be running like primary pole and seeing how well we do. It's too expensive for that. But we will run it as a sniper. It's a good build, and I'd say it's under 50k, depending on your scope that you get. The times 2 works for me. If the times 2 doesn't work for you, then you might want to go up to a higher magnification and drop one of these off. You can still get one taps with it. It's just if you hit one or the other, um, you may not tap them the first time. All right. So then we got our standard kit: amp, damage conversion, silence, rigid. Gosh, my nose is running like crazy. I wish I had. Yeah, I got nothing near me. All right, we're just going to struggle through it this round. You'll just have to bear with me. My allergies are flared up, and I'm not doing a take 2. So we got our meds, rigid, silence, damage, anti. Let's get it. See if a little bit of coffee helps. Man, how did my coffee get so cold so fast? Was I really talking for that long? Yeah, I guess for about 10 minutes. I'm just talking to you guys. Oh, wow. All right, we got a match pretty quick. I was about to show you some other scope options, but it's all right. I mean, otherwise, you could run a scope like really, really cheap. The mods that you put on it don't really matter because it's still going to tap people in the head. Otherwise, it'll 2-tap. It's an 80 damage weapon on its own, so. Did that guy just blink out of existence? Or am I lagging? Alright, so we blew some money there. This is my first game of the day, so don't expect anything amazing. God, I couldn't get a hit on him that far. I'm out of practice with the hold as well. Yep, he's over there. There's a bot to get him. He was looting. Scared me. Alright, so that takes care of him. That's our Mad Dasher. These freaking allergies, man. I didn't grab any quests, so there ain't nothing left to do but hunt people. Jackal's spawning south, so it might be a good idea just to head that way. So that takes care of him. I was like, screw it. Guy feels like a little ESP here. I'm like, I'm out. Screw that guy. I ain't got time to waste on cheaters. He just kept falling back, just waiting for a good opportunity to plop me if I pushed him. So I wasn't going to give it to him. Alrighty. We got this guy's kit though, and I'm okay with it. Unfortunately, we didn't get to tap anybody with our pole. I tried, but that was a bad shot. And the worst time to snipe somebody is when they're running like directly away from you. You really want like that side angle where you can get that side shot on them. When you're shooting at them from behind, like if they zag just a little bit to the left or the right, like it's off. And then my shots were off anyway, so like it was just a bad angle. But that's basically it, guys. That's your shotgun budget build and play and your pole sniper build and play. So next time I'll do the AA-12, and I'll keep using the pole for that one too, since we didn't actually get a kill for it. But we'll do the AA-12 in the next one. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.